Hi, it's me, Jamal, back once again with another dready hungy video. Ship's looking good. Yeah. I'm going back to England. This time, it's going to be a bit of a shorter one. I'm not going to play a whole game out. I want to sort of highlight some of the things you can do as a crewmate to be a little more efficient and just help out the team in general throughout a match. There's a lot of times where, as a crewmate, you're not actually bringing anything to the rest of the crew. It can make things just harder for no real reason. But there's some really basic things you can do in this game to make everything a bit easier for you and to stop the Thralls having quite as much of an impact as they really can do. Especially if the Thralls are experienced and know what they're doing. The two things you should always be picking up, especially early on while the ship's needing to move to the iceberg, are wood and coal. You can fuel the boiler with wood as well, so it's always worth picking up a stack of wood. Marine engineer.
Very good.
Does anyone just have anything, one more thing to show in this?
10 wood equals 1 coal. You get 10 wood from about a box and a half or something. A box and a few crucifixes will get you a stack of wood. Every crewmate should have a stack of 10 wood if they can, because wood is used for not only repairing holes in the ship, but it's used for fueling the fires. It can be used for crafting as well. Used for all three of those things, it makes it such a good and useful material to have an abundance of. Try and stack 10. If you can stack 20, take 10 back to the ship and hide it somewhere. I'm gonna get some. Hiding things aboard the ship is incredibly important. Use the storage. In fact, you don't even have to use the storage. You can leave it laying about anywhere. I had a game where one of the crewmates had stacked 30 wood into an individual pile onto a box in the stove room. That is smart. Really smart. Had the ship been blown up, everyone can go to this pile, take off a load of wood, and start putting it into the holes. You can store stuff in the boxes as well. It doesn't just have to be wood. It's worth storing things like the odd key here and there. Oh. Someone's smart. Storing coal if you don't need it, if you don't have to get any more progression and your next objective is to blow up the iceberg, store coal somewhere on the ship. There's a few really good spots you can put coal in, as well as just putting them randomly in different chests. Then if you die, say you die and the Thralls go down with you, you can tell your remaining crew, oh, I've hidden coal here, I've hidden coal there. It can help them get out. Oh, and you can't see it. Oh, that's sneaky. Couple of other useful items, incredibly useful in fact, can sometimes be the difference between you winning a fight or losing a fight or dying to wolves or even dying to the cold. Syringes are such a huge benefit, even more beneficial if it's the doctor using them because he gets a buff.
Who's fighting?
It's me.
Is
He's
the
fighting
hunter
me.
trying to kill you?
Yeah, he's bad.
Oh, yeah!
Nice shot. Making syringes takes 1 laudanum and 1 scrap. It's not that much. It's pretty good to have a few on you. They're a nice heal over time. You can use them if you take a bit of damage, you start fighting wolves. They actually, if you end up getting downed and you've just popped a syringe beforehand, your character will actually get back up when you reach max health. It can save you a lot of the times in that situation as well. Sometimes you can get down, a Thrall doesn't know you've used one, and you get back up and you can shoot him in the back, or you hit him in the back, or do whatever. As well as syringes, antidotes actually do a bit of healing, and it's a decent whack of healing too. As well as curing poison, having plenty of antidotes on you is really useful. I would always urge people to try, if they do find a laudanum and some herbs, try and get a couple of antidotes. Maybe store some on the ship, maybe keep some on you if you see somebody get poisoned. If you get poisoned, you're instantly able to counter that play.
It's the captain, I'm a stinker.
I'm innocent.
Healing's so good, not just for you to survive clutch situations, but it's also good to use on other people. If you've just seen somebody who's been attacked by 8 cannibals, hit them with a syringe, they're back on full health. Then all that damage is mitigated. A lot of this is about attrition. The Thralls are trying to do a little bit of damage here and there, slow you down, so that when they do eventually strike, they have the upper hand. They only need to shoot you once with a pistol, hit you twice with a sword, or throw a few rocks at you, and it could be enough to down you. But if you're trying to maintain everybody's health, and you've got items that can do that, then it makes it much more difficult for them to do it. Tea is so underused, I think, in this game. People don't make an awful lot of tea. But tea can mean the difference between you staying out at night and getting all that extra coal, getting something else done. Maybe you're running the nitro through the night. It does a really good job of keeping your character's temperature up. If you're on the ship and it's been blown up and you're repairing holes, standing in the water is a massive drain on your temperature meter.
I'm about there. I'll probably make it there.
The water is pretty good.
The water is not good.
Water's excellent. You get cold very quickly and you're going to start taking health damage. But if you've got a few teas on you, you can almost forego that completely. You're keeping your temperature up whilst you're repairing and you don't really take too much attrition. Same for the nighttime and same for the blizzard even. You're taking cold damage that's increasing over time the longer it goes on for. If it's really going down to the wire. Teas can be incredibly useful for you to stay up on the wheel or stay out and get just that last bit of coal to get your team across the line. Food is obviously a huge important resource in this game. If your food meter gets to 0 and you start to starve, your maximum health gets reduced. And you can change that by just eating one bit of food. Even keeping your own stack of meat on yourself, kill 1 or 2 seals, cook up some meat. Whenever you're going around doing your business, collecting stuff, you've always then got some food to look after. Stew is incredibly strong. Not only does it fill your food meter, it also fills your temperature meter. So using that at night lets you stay out longer. It will let you survive when you're in those really clutch situations and you're taking a lot of cold damage. Oh, have you got stew?
You hungry?
Yes, please. Thank you. Oh my god, gorgeous. Perfect. Oh my god. I would always try and pool a bit of meat together for whoever the cook is, if the cook is making stew. It doesn't have to be the cook. The hunter's good because he collects meat faster. So just whoever is able to make a stew, I would pool it all onto one person. Always have somebody making it. And then obviously you want to keep an eye on who's doing it and make sure you got some antidote just in case somebody has poisoned some of the meat that's going into it. You're going to come up against crews that are always doing this, and you're going to be parts of crews that are always doing this. So all these things, it goes for thralls as well. Thralls should also be maintaining their temperature and their food meter. You should always be, if you're a thrall, looking to get healing syringes because you're going to be fighting at some point. Healing syringes are going to save you in so many fights. Every time you pick up a bit of coal as a thrall, you're denying coal to the crew. You should be turning that into gunpowder, or you should just be throwing it in the water or getting rid of it somewhere. Wood is incredibly important for the crew. If you're going to blow a hole in the ship, they need wood to repair it. Now, what better way to stop them repairing it than get rid of all of the wood? Before you blow up a hole in the ship, always go and check all the storage containers, check little areas where people can drop wood, and make sure you're picking it up along the way as well. You can always dump a load of wood in the water or dump it at a camp, burn it all in a furnace. The same goes with food. Every stew you eat is a stew that's not going to the crew. So if you're hiding in amongst the crew, you can always be requesting a bit of stew here and there, and you're denying that to other players who might end up needing it. So I hope you guys found this helpful. I know that there's some people who are new to the game. The player base is increasing every day, and new people are joining in, and it is quite overwhelming, especially when you're playing with people who have been playing for a little while, and they kill you because you're not doing something efficiently, or they kill you because they think, oh, you're not doing something that all crewmates are doing, which is unfair. So hopefully this gives you a better idea of things that you could be doing to help your crew get to that iceberg even faster, or survive the thralls. Or if you're a thrall, deny them these things. If you did enjoy this video and found it useful, then please give me a like and subscribe below. Share it with your friends who are trying to get into the game. Make them a slightly more efficient crewmate or a slightly better thrall. And until then, I'll see you next time. Remember, you can always trust your captain. Yeah. I'm going back to England. I'm back off to England.